Dokkan as a game has only gotten more overwhelming as time has gone on, especially within the past 3 years that we've gone from stuff like this to this. That's why today we're going to be talking about my personal top 5 units that are easy to understand and even easier to use. Do note that the units used in this list are not necessarily the best units, but rather units that don't have complicated passives, with number 1 being AGL MUI Goku. Now, this unit is pretty easy to understand in just the fact that his first turn is able to dodge guaranteed, so for events like battle hardened foes and red zone, this character is able to guarantee to live for his first appearance, and then from that point onwards he has a 77% chance to dodge with an additional 7% chance with each dodge you perform that turn. Now there is of course all of this stuff down here, but even then it's just a lot of things that I feel like you don't really need to worry about in terms of all of this, when a lot of it meshes well with each other, right? So this character gets extra attack and performs the critical hit when he has 24 heat or performing the active skill, while also getting more attack and defense when his HP is 77% or more. But if HP is 77% or below, then he just has the revive, so it kind of covers in that way, right? And then if you do proc the revive with this character, then not only do you get extra attack, defense, and ki, but then you also get guaranteed dodge for the turn if it's this specific character who has this revive proc. So again, just a pretty easy character to understand. Just know that, like, again, it's just he's a character who just dodges basically, and he fits on a lot of teams. I feel like anytime that you are able to run this guy, you most likely just will. He's really consistent in the fact of that, you know, he's just basically a dodge or die unit, you know. Next we have Tech Vegeta. Now this is the last EZA unit on this list, and the reason why I didn't want to include more is just because you have to go out of your way to farm the EZAs, of course, and not everyone is going to be able to have them if they aren't able to do the EZAs. So I promise this is the last one, but again, Tech Vegeta is just another easy character to understand. Someone who just basically gets 20% damage reduction and guarding all attacks while getting extra defense in slot 1 or attack in slot 2. So more often than not, you just stick this guy in slot 1 and you don't really have to worry about this guy at all. And on top of that, it's just incredibly easy to know how to play with him. It's just you put him in slot 1. He also gets extra defense when doing a super attack, so post attacking he actually is even more defensive, which is exactly what this guy needed to be. So again, it's just another thing of similar to AGO MUI Goku, where if you are able to run this character, you most likely are, just because he is very consistent in that he is just going to be put in slot 1, he's guarding, he's got his damage reduction, he's being a defensive monster, and you don't really have to worry about this character that much. Next is AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, with as much Majin Buu Saga units have released, I feel like I wanted to bring this guy up for sure, because a lot of these characters don't want to be in slot 1, but AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku is just perfect for that role. So for, again, events like Red Zone or Battle Hardened Foes, this character is just going to start off with 90% damage reduction, and then on top of that, if you're running basically any of the top units in the game right now who are Majin Buu Saga, you get extra defense in slot 1 or extra attack in slot 2 and slot 3. And then on top of that, if we go ahead and just look at Majin Buu Saga for a second, again, a lot of these units here are either top in the game or going to be top soon. So we have people like Tech Super Saiyan Vegito, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, STR Family Kamehameha Gohan, a lot of these powerful units that you're most likely going to be putting on your team anyways if you do have them. Units like Hercule, who's a pretty decent support unit. While I was going to put him on this list, I didn't want to put I feel like he was a little bit too complicated in terms of like knowing when to use the active skill, I guess you could say. But Infapu is another powerful unit who could be put on the same team as well. You know, just a lot of top tier options that are on here, and then that just make this Goku look so much better. Like, again, if you pair this guy with Tech Vegito, and this character wants to be going in slot 2 or slot 3 because he gets more effects in slot 2 or slot 3, you're able to put AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku in slot 1. You'll have the guard, you'll have the extra defense within the same turn, you'll have the 90% damage reduction, and while you will lose 15% damage reduction with each turn pass, meaning that every single time this guy shows up, he's losing 30% damage reduction, you could hopefully build up some of that back up with doing super attacks. So again, just another pretty easy character that if you do have them, you're probably going to be putting them on your team, just because of the fact that he is, again, just another consistent and easy to use character that doesn't really need a lot of help. Next, we have Tech Broly, who is basically like AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but for the extreme side, basically having it where he has 90% damage reduction and the guard right here. Again, really similar to Goku, who has the 90% damage reduction while also having the guard in slot 1. But his is just guarded anywhere, but he just gets lower damage reduction whether he's in slot 1 or slot 2 and 3, right? On top of that, he's also giving the extreme class allies 2 key and 60% attack defense for his first turn. Then when you come back, you get this guy for his second appearance. You go ahead and turn into the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. You transform him, and then again, it's just another consistent character of you basically put this guy in slot 1 almost all the time just because he has his guard. He has his 76% damage reduction for his first 3 turns. He shows up for the second time, you pop the active skill, you get that extra key, you get that extra attack, defense, and battle. And then again, just another character who is really powerful in these difficult events like red zone and battle hardened foes, that he's just able to tank almost all of the attacks, especially in base form when he has that support rolling, when he has that 90% damage reduction, when he has the guard. That he's an insanely powerful option that who just returned during the anniversary, of course. Last but not least, we have Beast Gohan. Time and again, I feel like this character just ages even better than any anniversary character I've ever used. And while he does look like he has a lot of stuff here, and while it definitely can look a bit complicated, in practice this character is just too easy to use. He has the guard basically as his basic effect, then he has it where he's getting an extra he's getting an extra 40% damage reduction and 40% crit for 5 turns. He also gets the extra key as well, so he's able to get 24 key pretty consistently. He's giving it the support whenever he gets hit for the turn, and then on top of that, he also gets extra damage reduction when getting 24 key. So most of the time, we just put this character in slot 1 or whichever slot has the most attacks. You get the 24 key. You're able to build up this guy offensively because he also stacks attack permanently with his 18 key. He also raises his defense on his 18 key as well. And then again, this is just another thing of just like it seems like it would be hard to hit, but in practice, when these bosses are having it where they're doing like 12 attacks per turn, 15 attacks per turn, this guy is able to get this pretty consistently within the first 3 turns. And then if you aren't able to, and you aren't really confident that you're able to tank the super attack, you use the active skill, direct all the attacks towards the character. He gets the massive defense boost of 158%. He also gets guaranteed crits for the turn, and he is just looking insanely powerful. Again, it's just a character who, it's just, if you have this character, you're probably bringing him on that team regardless, just because of how powerful and dominant this character is, and how consistent this character is, and how easy to use this character is for sure. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. What is, in your opinion, the easiest character to use? And as per always, let me know if you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment, leave a like, do all that good stuff. You guys have a great rest of your week. See you guys in the next one. Peace.